Hi! We are working on the tutorial for the handmade card with silhouette sketch pens. So this is from the January Silhouette Life Inspiration Box, and the materials that you're going to need from your box is the permanent tape runner. You will need the baker's twine, the silhouette sketch pen. It won't all be blue, so they're assorted colors, so whatever color you have in your box, or if you have your own, whatever color you'd like to use. Your assorted cardstock, and then a sheet of the white cardstock. So now that we have those materials ready, let's go over to our design studio and get the design all set up.
So I have the tutorial pulled up at my design studio. We already have all the materials that we need. So now we are going to get the design. So the design is usually linked at the bottom. I scrolled down too fast. Okay, so we're going to get the Oh Snap Studio format. I'm going to click on that so it will download right here. And we're going to open it up into our studio. Which, there it goes. So I'm going to scroll back up to where she talks about it. All right, a little farther. Okay, so we've got the design that she has open in our studio. So now what she's going to do is she's going to show us how she did it. So she found a picture of a camera and she traced it. So that tracing is like a little butterfly, and you can do trace by color. So let me show you. So you come in here, open the panel, and you're going to do trace by color. So you're going to click on that, and then you would pick the color and you would trace. It would know what it was doing. So like you can see, solid fill all areas, and you trace it. Now that the camera is traced, we turn on the sketch pen menu, which the sketch pen menu, let me see if I can, here we go, sketch panel. Okay, so she played with the settings a little bit, but she found one that she was happy with, and I'll show you the ones that she used as well. So let's see what she did. Well, we've already got it. So does she tell you how she changed it? She said, I can tell you that with the instructions within the software aren't very user-friendly, but with a little tweaking, I was able to find something I was happy with. Advanced sketch pen features are a design addition feature, but you can use sketch pens without designer as long as you don't need to go in and really make it sketchy. So something like this that would be really sketchy you couldn't do on your own without designer addition. And you can kind of see all of these different types. I'm sure this is what she played with. So if you wanted the edge to be sketchy like this, if you wanted the filling to be sketchy, which it looks like she probably did one like this, but we already have it set up for us. So now she set up her file as a card. As you can see, that's what we have here. So this is the card piece. We'd want to sketch this, and we would want to sketch this, or both of these. So she shows you how she drew each rectangle, and she put the perforated line, which you can do up here, to make the card shape. And she liked the pattern background, which we already have. It's super nice that she gives you these files already, because then if you just like the one she did, you can make it right away. If you want to make your own, she teaches you how to do that too. But I like to just follow hers to help those that are just getting started. And then if you have any questions, let me know and I can cover it in a future video. So here's what we're going to do. We are ready to go. So we have two parts, and we want to sketch it and then cut it out. So we need to move the cut piece off of our panel. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Oh, I drew a line. All right, so undo that. We don't want that. So we are going to move this card off the cut mat. We have it set for 8.5 by 11, and she has two. Let's see. We're going to make sure we're doing this right. So the project has two parts: sketch it, then cut it. So first was sketching. She did this by cut by color feature, another design edition feature, but you could easily accomplish this by turning the cut lines on and off as you sketch or cut. Okay, so here's what we need to do. Sketching. Put a sheet of cardstock on your mat, which I'll show you how to do. Load your pen. Again, I'll show you. And then you only want the areas you're going to sketch on the cutting mat. So here we go. We're going to move this onto the cutting mat, and we're going to use, I'm going to keep those together so don't get confused. So here's these two pieces, like this. Go to the Send tab. All right. Then you'll need to change your material and action to reflect sketching the cardstock. So we want cardstock plain, and we want the tool to be a sketch pen. But mine is not letting me do that. So let's see. what do I need to do on mine? Cut, score, sketch. Ah, so you have to click sketch and then it will do a sketch pen. Okay, I missed that piece. So then you can see exactly what we want, and we actually want this to be no sketch, this to be, I don't think she wants both of those. Well, let's see. It looks like she's having all of this be sketched. So, sketch. Click on sketch right there. Now all of it looks just like hers, so that's how we know we're doing it right. So then we're going to sketch it, which I'll show you. After we're sketching, let's play with those settings. So then we're going to want to cut the outline of your card pieces. Change the material. Okay, we've got it cardstock, plain. And then we want it back to cut, ratchet blade. Okay, so then we're going to have just the outside of this be cut. So let's change everything else inside of it to no cut, and no cut, and no cut. So let's do this. Cut, and then cut. Except this one's trying to do all of it. So let's see. We may need to ungroup this. Ungroup. Oh, that's making it very crazy. Let's see. Cut. Let's change all of this. No cut. Let's see what that looks like. All right. Here's what I'm going to try. Let's go back a little bit. Let's play. She's got to have it set up where it wouldn't be that hard. So, here we go. Cut. Now do you see, well, is this still, yeah, it's still ungrouped. So let's go back enough that it's grouped. Let's see. Nope. Still not grouped. So if you're having a hard time with that, let's just group it again. So I'm going to combine all of it. Well, I don't want this box. There we go. So then I can come back. Now, hopefully I'm just crazy and it was already set up like that. If not, now you know how to do this whole grouping feature. Make sure that when you pull it, okay. So no cut. And then I want this box to be cut. And I'm going to put this box back on top of the design. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. So now we're going to cut that with the cardstock, which is 3, 4, and 20. Then once you have those main pieces cut, now you need to cut the base of your card. So that's the piece that we pulled aside already. So let's go back to design. That is this piece. So this piece, you're going to cut just like how we did the cardstock settings, and just make sure that this perforated line is set to cut as well. And then, now that we have all those pieces, then we'll put them together.
Okay, so we are ready to do the sketching part of this card. So I have put my Silhouette sketch pen in my blade holder. I just removed the blade, and then I've closed it. I have my cardstock loaded in, and I have my settings to make sure it's just sketching the design I want to sketch. So I'm going to go ahead and click send. Let's make sure this is loading in correctly. It's thinking, trying to make sure it... I haven't sketched in a while, so I think the program is trying to make sure it knows that it's sketching and not cutting. Let's see. All right, there we go. So now to start to sketch, and then we will cut out the cardstock. Okay, so now my design has sketched. I don't want to unload though. I want to keep it where it is, and then I want to cut the cardstock, those pieces out. So I replaced the pen with my blade. It's set at a number 3. And I changed my settings to cut instead of sketch and just cardstock plain. So now I'm going to go ahead and send that. And it should just cut that really simply. And our next step is going to be to cut out the base. So it's going to have the perforated line in the middle and then the big base for your card. We'll cut that and then we'll put it together. Okay, so now my cardstock is cut out, the base and the top. So let's grab all of our pieces. So this is the base of our card. We're going to fold along the perforated line to give us the top of our card. So then we have the O snap and the background. So as you can see, it kind of folded when I pulled it off my mat. You can